As a confidence coach in Calgary who works with businesses and individuals, I have seen that confidence looks different for everyone. In this podcast, we explore confidence through the eyes of our diverse community, redefining it one conversation at a time. Welcome to Confidence Redefined. I'm your host, Alyssa McMasters. Today, we are sitting down with Chai Swinton. Chai is considered the bra whisperer to all those in the know in Calgary and is the owner of Body by Chai. Chai brings over a decade of hands-on experience in the luxury lingerie industry. With a passion for helping people find the perfect fit and product for their body, Chai has committed her life to making clients of all sizes and walks of life feel beautiful, confident, and empowered. Based in Calgary, Alberta, Chai has developed a reputation for creating shopping experiences that are comfortable, supportive, and fun. Her extensive lingerie experience for the past decade has given her the expert knowledge of the best fit and brands on the market. This has resulted in a client list that is diverse and loyal, with many seeking Chai out regularly to help find the perfect item. In addition, in August 2021, Chai was awarded the Inclusivity Award from the Best of Intimate Awards, a prestigious award program celebrating independent lingerie boutiques across North America. With the launch of Body by Chai, Chai plans to utilize this new venture as a platform to not only continue catering to Calgarians who want to find the best customer service, but also to create a safe space for people of the 2S LGBTQIA+ community who have never felt that they had a place in the industry. Everyone deserves a positive, safe, and inclusive lingerie experience. Welcome, Chai. Well, hi, Chai. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here to talk about confidence in the podcast Confidence Redefined, because not only are you a very confident person from my perspective, but also you give so much confidence to the community. And I want to chat about what that looks like for you and chat about how you get your confidence and how you help other people get their confidence. So I want to hear Body by Chai. It's my favorite lingerie store in the world, let alone Calgary. On 17th Ave, and it's a totally size inclusive to all people, and really makes people feel welcome and comfortable in their own body. You sell all different kinds of things, including lingerie, underwear, pajamas, swimsuits, and it's, again, such a beautiful place to be. What made you decide to start Body by Chai?
Well, Body by Chai started really in my brain probably in the early 2010s. I was working for a different local lingerie store, but I always thought, this is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be mine one day. I just don't know how yet. And so since then, it's like I've just been building a plan in my head, shopping around all the stores, seeing what everyone's doing, and then really figuring out how I can make it my own, how I can make it stand out and be different. And I've learned a lot since then, and even since Body by Chai opened as well. But from the jump of my lingerie career, it's always been about making people feel comfortable and confident in their own skin. Like, that's the name of the game in our world, is making people feel good.
Yeah. And because I know you started your career with a company.
Yes.
And then you transitioned on your own. When you transitioned on your own, what did you like about working in the lingerie field versus what you really wanted to change and what you have changed with Body by Chai?
So obviously what I love about Body by Chai is that I can really make things up as I go and make it my own and work on my terms. That's what was missing all this time. But the thing that I changed the most, well, the world changed, honestly. And that's also why the concept of Body by Chai became what it is, which is appointment only and truly inclusive. And those things I think had to change. One, because COVID happened, everything had to be appointment only. Everything was masks on for such a long time. But I kept it that way because I thought, what a way to make someone feel comfortable immediately when there's not so many other people in the room. Like, you can really be yourself and you don't have to be afraid to talk about your size or what your own body issues are, things like that.
Yeah, and let's talk about when you say like actually inclusive. From my perspective, I see lots of brands saying we're inclusive, and then they go to like size like extra large, or we're inclusive, and then even like in terms of able bodies not being able to shop at that store, or non able bodies. So what does like actually inclusive mean to you?
So inclusive doesn't always just mean size in my world. That's obviously a big part of it. I go from an A to an O cup, 28 to 50 band sizes in some styles, not all. But inclusive can mean anything from gender inclusivity to economic statuses as well. Like I'm the only store in Calgary that openly caters to all folks of the Two-Spirit LGBTQIA plus community. And I mean openly. It's not just a rainbow flag on my bio. I really welcome any folks under that umbrella because there isn't a safe place for them to shop without being judged. And this isn't just a myth. I see stories and I hear stories all the time about it, and it just breaks my heart. Everyone deserves to have a fitting and feel good in their bodies, like no matter who they are. So I made that a really, really big focus from the beginning, in my business plan even.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And now with that, I want to go back to the comfortability part. I know so many people think about their intimates, think about their bras, and just like get so freaked out about like going in. So they just like don't. So like we all have like one handy dandy bra that we have for 20 years that doesn't actually fit us and like doesn't feel comfortable, but like we're just too like nervous to go in. When you talk about comfortability, what are the most important parts that you found with your process, with the appointment only and the inclusivity part of things?
Honestly, it's a no judgment zone. Judgment-free zone. That's a better way of saying it. Because oftentimes what I hear with people going into stores is they feel like they've been judged either for what they look like or what their size is. And sometimes a salesperson will say, oh, I don't have anything for you. Or, you're a weird size or you're a tough size.
And how, like, could you imagine already feeling kind of nervous and already probably putting yourself out and hyping yourself up to do this, and then someone telling you that you're a weird size or someone telling you that you don't belong there? That can be debilitating.
That's
for
the last thing
years.
You want to hear. That's the last thing someone wants to hear. All you want to do is find something that fits. I think some people go in being like, I just need to find something that fits, and then they don't expect to leave feeling like I can finally take on the world and like wear fun clothes and things like that.
Yeah. My experience with you is we did a fitting and I was 6 months postpartum. And again, all my bras didn't fit because everything changed. All my underwear didn't fit. Everything changed. And I am a very confident person because again, I work very hard to become so. But you made me feel so hot. Like I felt so hot, like the hottest I ever felt, that I went home, like I was so excited to show off my new like underwear and my new bra. And I like loved the process. It wasn't just like a oh yeah, I gotta go buy a bra, but like it was like a full experience for me. And I'd like to talk about like what I saw that like really made that, but from your perspective, like what do you do differently that makes it feel like an experience?
Well, the experience of walking in and having all of my attention is one thing that is completely different from the other stores. And I want to make you feel special. I'm asking you questions about your life, what you need, what you wear every day, and what is the most important to you about the bra, how you're going to wear it, where you're going to wear it, how you want to feel, how you want to look in your clothes. And sometimes those simple questions go a long way. You're not just like a number, like you're a person. And I want to get to know you.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt. And this has only happened twice in my entire life. Once with you, and then one time I was buying a drindle in Germany, like one of those like really cool dresses. And this woman looked at me and said, "This is your size," and I put it on, and it was perfect. And you did that. You literally looked at me like, "This is your size. Let's try it on," and it would like fit perfectly. And I'm sure it doesn't happen all the time, but I just felt very seen, and I felt like you had seen 1,000 bodies like mine. It wasn't strange, my new postpartum body wasn't weird. It was just like very normal and very accepted, and I appreciated that so much.
No body is weird in my world.
Yeah.
I've seen everybody. I've fitted everybody. Maybe not everybody yet, but a lot of them. So anyone comes in, and yes, I'm able to just look at you and be like, got it. Because after fitting for so long, you just can't help but being an expert. This is just my life.
Yeah. And again, the confidence coach, left with more confidence. So let's talk about, do you have any like really awesome stories of like someone coming in that like maybe some like big reviews that you got about like how working with you has built confidence?
There are so many. And I'm very proud to say that because reviews and stuff are so tough. But I remember someone coming in, an older woman, who felt very insecure about a piece of hardware she was wearing on her body. And of course, I'm just like, okay, that's a part of your body. And we're just going to work with that, not against that. And I just made her feel comfortable enough that her daughter sent me a thank you card the following week, thanking me for making her mom feel so beautiful and so confident and empowered. And it was amazing. And then finally the daughters came in. It was like a very sweet moment, but that was so nice. A handwritten card? Who doesn't love a handwritten card?
Confidence to me can mean so many different things in so many different contexts. But as we're chatting, the word comfortability comes up a lot. Do you think that you need to be comfortable in order to be confident?
100%.
Yeah.
There's no other way. How are you supposed to feel confident if you're faking it? And if you're faking it, I just feel like nothing is genuine either, right? Confidence is tough because we can talk about it all day long, but it doesn't happen overnight either. Like, it doesn't always happen at the end of my appointments. I can like tell you over and over again that this bra fits perfectly, like just walk with your shoulders back and feel good about yourself, but everybody's different.
Yeah, and there's so many different steps that go into it.
Yeah.
And I do find that often it is mental and really has nothing to do with what you look like or what
All
your body
mental.
has changed. Yeah. So let's talk about you a little bit. So you were born in Regina, moved to Calgary at like 2 years old. So you're Calgarian.
I'm a Calgarian.
You're a Calgarian. And what made you stay in Calgary? What was your thing that you
Well,
like, this is it?
family is here. Family is here. All my friends are here. And that's the root of it all for most people. We want to stay where our support system is. And of course, I've grown to love Calgary so much over the years that I actually don't think I can move.
Yeah, I hear you. We've won like most livable city for like 10 years in a row now, like in like the top 10, which is very exciting. So when like little Chai was growing up, were you always confident?
No,
Okay, tell me about that.
no. You know, there's so many struggles growing up of not fitting in and being different, but I had to really overcome that. Say in my like teens, I had to really use being different to my advantage because otherwise I was just going to be miserable. So I used those things and I harnessed into the personality that I am today. I think people who know me can really like attest to that. But it's not like it happened overnight for me either. I was a very shy kid for like a few years and then it all just came pouring out.
And what do you think, was there like a catalyst moment? And you said it kind of like small steps. Was there a moment that all those steps kind of came together for you?
I can't pinpoint it at all. I feel like one day I just decided to be a little bit louder and then it got loud.
Yeah. I love that because I think a lot of people can't pinpoint it. They're like, I don't know exactly what changed, but just one day, and I love the word decided. You just decided.
I
right?
really feel like I decided because I had to make the decision of being uncomfortable and like so far into my skin. I didn't want to live like that.
Yeah. And how like sad is it that it is the default for so many women, specifically women of color, to just feel so othered all the time.
Yeah.
That can be such like a hard process to go through for all women. And we're just forced to like learn how to hate ourselves. But just like we can learn how to hate ourselves, we can also unlearn how to hate ourselves. And we can learn how to just be a little bit kinder to ourselves. So what do you do now as an adult Chai to love yourself a little bit more every day?
I actually have to look in the mirror every morning and be like, you are fantastic.
Yeah.
It's important, and it's just such a small thing. But when you look at yourself genuinely and you say that you love yourself and you're like, I'm going to have a great day. I look awesome. I feel awesome. It's going to be a great day.
Yeah. And something so like, it feels little, but like what that does to our minds and being able to continuously do that, even when, you know, we're not feeling our best, because we all have days that we like don't feel confident or something doesn't fit properly, or maybe we've lost or gained some weight, whatever that looks like for our bodies. It can be hard to say that, but like having that routine can be so helpful for our brains. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it is so important. It's so small. But, you know, it doesn't happen every single day, but somehow I still manage to put on a brave face because I have to. But it's not fake when I'm doing it at work. It's not.
Talk more about that. How like we can put on a brave face when we're not having a good day, but it still's not fake. What I'm kind of hearing is even when you're having a bad day, you're still authentically being excited for the person who's there, because you are excited for the person who's
I'm
there.
always excited for the person who comes in because it's never about me in that moment. It's always about them. So I'm there to focus on their needs, how they want to feel, how they want to look. And I'm so distracted by that I don't even think of myself anymore.
Yeah. I'm so interested to know, do you see common themes of insecurities coming in?
Every single person.
Okay. I really want to hear what these common themes are. I see lots of common themes in my work as well, and I'm interested to know if they're similar. So what are your common themes that you see continuously from your clients?
Always about weight, no matter what. We are obsessed with our weight. I get that. That's never going to go away. I just posted about it like a few months ago on my reel about like stop being so hard on yourself because your body has done so much for you, and it's so true. Whether you've had kids or not, skin is on our bodies and there's nothing we can do about it. So our skin under our armpits, which is breast tissue, our skin on our backs, right back here. Like we actually physically need this skin to lift our arms. And sometimes I have to physically hold that skin on somebody and say, try to lift your arm. And they can't. And they're like, oh. But those three things are the most common theme. Pretty much 9 out of 10 appointments, something of that nature is brought up. And I don't know how many times a day I actually will be like, stop being so hard on yourself. I have it too. The person that's this big has it too. Everybody has it. Everybody.
And how interesting that, again, if 9 out of 10 people feel that this is like not normal, or they don't like it, or it's not beautiful, like that's just like statistically impossible that's true, right? Where do you think it comes from? Do you think it's like conditioning? Do you think it's media? Where do you think that
It's both.
insecurity comes from? Kind of all of it combined.
It's all of it combined. I really tell people all the time that the internet is fake, because it is. Everything is airbrushed. Every bra ad you've ever seen ever, maybe up until now, has been airbrushed. And all of that skin has just been erased. And that, of course, makes you feel like, okay, so that picture has no skin, so I should have no skin. Mm-hmm. Why do we have to compare ourselves to these ads? And then the conditioning from how we grew up, and that's just like an unfortunate fat phobic issue that I myself have dealt with people that have raised me. That like we can't be passing on to other generations. So it's a mixture of how we were raised, because like everyone's parental figures have also had insecurities, which is fair. And then media of all kinds. I can't stress enough that the internet is fake.
Let's get into both of those things, because the generational stuff is so hard, because like at a certain, like before, like when our parents were growing up, like that is what they were told was beautiful, right? And they were told they wouldn't be loved and all of these things if they weren't that person. And now I see that we're having a lot more representation, But often even our mid-size and plus size models are still really beautiful big butts, beautiful big boobs, and then the really skinny waists. So it's still not as inclusive for everybody. It's now a little bit better. But what do you think about that? Do you think that media is inclusive enough now, even though it's changed and better than before?
It's changing. I don't think it'll ever be fully where we want it to be because we're always going to want more. But you never know. One day it could be exactly what we're saying. Not always these beautiful bodies with those small waists. We are obsessed with small waists. Even though I'm obsessed with a small waist and like whatever. But I don't know. It's just so annoying that we can't always see real bodies. Real bodies. I just finished a campaign that will be released very soon. I think I have a real body in there. I'm like very proud of that body. She's like my muse. I love her. She's real. You'll see.
Okay, I'm excited. And that's what I was going to say as well about a lot of your media pieces that you do, even when you do fashion shows and your social media, it's always like real women and you don't use any airbrushing. And you're like, these are real women who look awesome and stunning in these different lingerie. And that's what I love seeing. I love seeing all different people feeling confident and beautiful in that. Do you have any advice for like other companies or even individuals who are like trying to like showcase of more real bodies?
Well, if you're going to try to show a real body, you better have things for that body. Straight up. You're promoting this size of person. Do you have things in your shop, for example, if it's a shop? Do you have things for that customer? Because otherwise, straight up false advertising.
Yeah, and it's similar to, like you said, like you're very inclusive and not just putting like a rainbow flag on it, right? Similar to being like not just putting like a person of size in a campaign just to have it, just to do the check mark. Actually being able to like walk the talk.
Believe it or not, that person who models for me, I always have so many things in their size. They're a very popular size. When someone other than her comes in who's that size, they're shocked to hear that. They go, I thought I was the only one. Everyone thinks they're always the only one. But they're not. There are so many of you out there, but you just have to come in and see. There's so many options in your size, in so many sizes.
Yeah. And why do you think it is that we all think that we're the only one? Like, I often feel that way. I'm the only one who has XYZ. I'm the only one who feels this way. And that's what I hear from all of my clients. Like, I feel like everyone else has it together. Everyone else loves themselves. Everyone else likes their body. I'm just the only one who doesn't. But that's not true. Why do you think that is, that everyone thinks they're the only one?
It's just classic insecurity.
Yeah.
People just feel like that. But they're not. They never are. And again, I can't make you believe that overnight. But you're never the only one.
Yeah, and there's always people who look just like you and are just as beautiful as you. I kind of want to go back to that generational side of things because now I'm a mom and another one coming on the way. I want to have the conversation. How can we make sure that we don't perpetuate these insecurities and like force people to try to conform to a certain body type? From my perspective, I think it's like a lot of like representation and like really showing like at a very young age that all different bodies are beautiful. But do you have any other things that you would like to see kind of in this future generation?
The future generations really need to see us loving ourselves more and not being so hard on ourselves for those bits of skin on our bodies. That is the biggest thing. If you're talking about, I hate my thighs, I hate my arms, I hate this. Any kid is going to hear that and remember it. That's just the way our brains work. So if we stop focusing on things we don't like or even spinning them negatively, this could completely impact the way future generations think about themselves. It's like how we talk about ourselves just needs to be not necessarily toxically positive all the time. I think it's okay to be realistic about our bodies, but not negative.
Yeah. And that's where I come with all of my coaching is a neutral standpoint. How can we get to like that neutral? We don't have to scream, I have the most beautiful body in the world if we don't believe it. But we also don't have to say, I have the worst body I've ever seen in my entire life.
Correct.
That's also not true. So how can we come to the point where we're like, I have a body and I'm allowed to own lingerie?
You have a body. We all have bodies. It's just like how they say the new campaigns that are like, what's a swimsuit body? You know,
A body with a swimsuit.
it's a body that has a swimsuit on. And it's the same thing with lingerie and with clothes. You have a body, you're allowed to wear whatever you want as long as you feel comfortable and confident enough.
So, Chai, you have been nominated for the Intima Awards, which celebrates everyone in North America, and you've won one award, and it was the Inclusivity Award.
Yes.
That's very exciting. What did that feel like?
That felt like I am doing the right thing. I am finally living the life I want to live, and it's making a difference. The fact that this international lingerie magazine recognized that means that I'm finally making a difference in our industry, that inclusivity is being seen and heard, and it's only going to be seen and heard from here on out.
And that inclusivity can be profitable. I think people have this strange idea that in order to be inclusive, you have to let go of the profit side of things. So your business is very successful. You've been open for
3 years.
3 years now. Congratulations. What did that look like in the landscape of Calgary 3 years ago, opening up a totally different store, a totally different model that put inclusivity first? And what kind of pushback did you get for that?
Funny enough, the very first pushback I got was from a lawyer, a man, shocker. He was questioning me about the business and why I'm opening it in this climate, which was COVID, why it wasn't online. And of course, I responded by, this is my business and I know it really well. And it just won't be the same experience online as it is in person. And as you can see, as you know, it's all about the experience. The inclusivity part of it, of course, was so natural for me. And I think I still get a lot of questions about it from some clients who just don't understand it. But that's okay. I'd rather have questions about it and curiosity, because we should always be curious about things we don't know, rather than pushback. The only odd pushback I've had was from someone who's been in my store who is no longer welcome in my store about their stance on trans rights. Can't have that. On my window at my store, I have things that I just will not tolerate. All the phobic words you can possibly think of are on there, including transphobia, homophobia, fat phobia, ableism, etc.
Yeah. And when you got that pushback, was there any part of you that was like, maybe this isn't a good idea? Or were you like, I know that this is going to work?
I know this is going to work. And I always have. I've always felt it in my gut. Again, being different has worked to my advantage once again. And that is also how I've been able to stand out, is that I don't back down from what I believe in. And that's huge.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, even if you decided, oh, well, maybe they're right, I'm going to kind of go against my belief system, you might have a company that you don't love, that you're not invested in. Now you're feeling like you made mistakes. If you follow what you know is right and you follow what you need authentically, you're never going to go on the wrong path. And you could go whichever way, but no matter, as long as you're following that authenticity, you're going to be successful. And I think you're a really good testament to that.
Absolutely. You have to really stand up for what you believe in, and you have to be so confident about that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, who are you?
Who are you? Now, I know there's a lot of my clients that I see and people that I talk to, they want to be that authentic, but they're afraid of that pushback. They're afraid of being told that they're doing the wrong thing, or they're afraid of being canceled in whatever capacity. So how do you suggest, or do you have any ideas of how people can stand by their truth no matter what?
Standing by your truth, no matter what, is not easy. But you also have to ask yourself, what is this truth and why are you fighting for it?
Your why. Yeah.
It's all about your why, always. Why am I standing up for gender inclusivity? Because they deserve a safe place to go. Period. It's that simple.
And thinking about our why is so important, but I also think, and it is so important, thinking about thinking about our why is so important. And I think another important piece is analyzing that why. And if something changes, being okay with like changing it and not being like so stuck on like, this is how it is. But those values, I think, don't change. Other
Correct.
things change about what you want to bring in the store, maybe ideas, but those values don't change. And I think that's the important thing to think about is I think people are like, well, I always thought that I wanted to do X, Y, Z. That can change. But your values of inclusivity and providing a safe space for everyone, that's not going to change.
Never.
Now, are there many other spaces like yours in Calgary?
In the lingerie space, no. In other industries, probably.
Yeah, and honestly, the lingerie space is what I meant because that's what you're best at.
Lingerie space, no. Again, since I wanted to start having my own store many years ago, you have to comp shop. That's just what we do if you want to open a store. What are all these stores doing? What are they not doing mostly? And how are you going to make those things work in your world, in your business plan to align with your values?
Yeah. Let's kind of switch into like kind of business mindset and conversation of it is how can people be profitable and sit with their values and not let anyone else do anything? Do you have any kind of tips that you have always followed through with?
You always have to give people what they want. Always. So in my world, what people want are very comfortable, neutral bras that probably cover their nipples. This is what I hear every day. That's fine. I'll give it to you. But once I gain your trust, I'm going to bring in some things that I suggest that you probably wouldn't even think of putting on your body that are going to make you feel better than you even knew you could feel. But always give them what they want first because it really will make them trust you and be like, she was listening. The listening part is so important.
Yeah. And I think there's absolutely ways to give people what they want and stay in your values. And I think that's where people have like an issue and they don't know how to combine the two. But that's why I love this conversation is the way that you explain that you absolutely can do both. And again, it can be profitable for you.
Absolutely. But we live in Calgary. Let's just say I bring in a lot of beige. I have to. And that's okay. But I'm such a fashion girly, like by nature. There's no way I wouldn't be able to bring in a little spice here and there because that's just my personality. I think people also come to me because they know that too.
Mm-hmm. I want to do a little rapid fire. What is the worst piece of advice you've ever received when it comes to confidence?
Oh my God. What is the worst piece? I don't think I've ever had one for real.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah. People are like, stick to your guns. Do you. Be you. Yeah.
Great. And then what's the best piece of advice? Is that the best?
That.
Stick to your guns. Do you. Be you. And don't stray from it.
Don't stray from it. Exactly. Do you. Be you. And like, I think the sticking to your guns thing is so important because the only way you're going to feel confident is if you are consistently trying to be confident.
Consistency and comfortability. Those are some things that have kept coming up today in what confidence means to you. So if I say, what does confidence mean to you?
Confidence means walking out of the house just feeling ready. Ready and empowered to do anything.
Yeah, and having the intimates to do so.
Always having the intimates to do so. A bad bra can ruin your day.
It can. It can. And that frumpy one that I have had for 20 years... Well, when I saw you, it's gone now, but I had it for a while. Now, what is the most important thing?
In terms of?
You tell me. I keep it open-ended for a reason.
Oh my gosh. What is the most important thing? The most important thing, I think, when I roll it back to confidence, is being gentle on yourself. That's just where I'm going to round that out. Like, I can't say that enough.
Being gentle. Because again, we've been trained to be so hard on ourselves. Mm-hmm. But what if, just for a day, we allowed ourselves to be gentle?
You'd be so happy. Honestly. You wouldn't be so stressed. You'd be able to complete your day beautifully, confidently, get all your things done, and then some.
So you do lots of different offerings. So you, of course, have your in-person consultations, which is a 45-minute consultation. People walk in and you make them feel comfortable, really help them understand in person, which again is like, those are the vibes. Right?
Yeah.
Those are the vibes. You also do it online for anyone who's unable to come in, those consultations. Do you find it important that people do consultations first before purchasing or for their first time, or can they just purchase as well?
So when you come in for your appointment, it's everything all in one because there's time. I will ask you all the questions I need to ask you. I'll get you fitted, and then I'm just going to pull things, and then we just sort of riff from there. But once I see you in one bra, I'll know how you're going to fit in everything, and it only just rolls from there. But if you can't make it into my store for whatever reason, the virtual fitting is very important because then I can get to know your needs on camera. You can tell me everything about you. I'll pull things and I come to you.
And then you do parties too, which I think is so fun, like bachelorettes
So fun.
and baby showers. Who knows? Maybe you need new bras for baby showers. What's the coolest event you've done?
A giant staff party where there were about 40 people in my little shop.
That's fun. And everyone just like trying on different things.
Yeah, we had like a wait list for people to get fitted, and everyone got fitted and had a great time.
So fun. Now, I want to like hear some more of your like really awesome stories, like your stories of someone coming in and you being able to like really change their perspective of themselves or of their body.
I think one of my most significant stories, not even at Body by Chai, but there was a woman who came in who was in their mid-60s, just really bad posture and a very full bust, and had just had it and didn't know what to do anymore. And I fitted her, and immediately her posture completely changed. And she had said, it's like actual weight has been lifted off my shoulders, which is true. These things are heavy.
Yep. That's beautiful.
Or someone who's been injured badly, who needed a good bra. Like it's really cool when you can help someone feel like physically better. Not only does that make them like feel good in clothes, but it makes them feel like they're able to just live their lives.
So I know when I get a new bra that really fits properly, all of my clothes fit better. And the clothes that I thought I had to like get new clothes or new sizes, all of a sudden now fit the way that they're supposed to. Is that one of the most exciting parts about helping people find new bras?
It's so exciting because I'll get them fitted and it's kind of an unveiling moment. I'll be like, oh, put your shirt back on that you came in wearing. Oh, you're wearing a blazer today? Put that on. You're really going to see the difference. And they do every single time because the lift is
I felt
amazing.
20. I was like, am I better than everyone? Am I 20 years old? Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. What people don't realize about clothing is that they were designed for your bust line to sit at a certain place. And if we're both wearing blazers today, if we were wearing the incorrect bra size, we wouldn't be able to do up our buttons. Button stances need to sit below our bust lines and not on them.
Speaking of that, like I want to talk about like material a little bit. Have you seen, even in 3 years or even before when you were starting in your intimate career, have you seen a big change in like the different materials, the styles, and like what's in style right now?
Definitely, I've seen all the changes. When I first started in the industry, think of Swarovski crystals everywhere. Like that whole like diamond bra, that was a thing. It's not anymore. A lot of people don't really like too many embellishments on their bras at all. Like we just want to wear functional bras. So that has changed.
Revolutionary.
Yeah, I guess we don't need bedazzled straps all the time. The most significant change I've seen because I opened during COVID was the major shift into wireless bras. The marketing everywhere has all wireless all the time. Ditch the underwires. Underwires are bad for you, etc., etc. P.S. They're not. You're just wearing the wrong size. That's okay. But wireless is fine. Like, it really is. But there's just more options now, and that's what's changed. Finally, these brands are making wireless bras that are not just small, medium, or large. And that's what's made all the difference, is that you're getting that beautiful fit just like a bra, but with no wire.
And I think it's interesting because like in COVID, where people started working from home, our entire universe changed, and the way we do business changed. So now when I'm working at home, I don't need to wear, a push-up. I don't need to wear something with wires. I would might want to wear something without. So it's interesting that it's still stuck around, that more kind of, from my perspective, more comfortable. But I know you were saying that like it doesn't have to be more comfortable. You just have to find the right size.
You have to find the right size, and once you try it one time, you'll understand it, but it is your choice depending on what you want to wear. And yes, I'll give you what you want, but I'll still show you what the alternatives are. It's my job.
Now, do you have any tips to know that your bras are not fitting properly?
There's a few different things. The most important one is the band size. We are afraid of firm or tight bands because of back fat. The back fat that I hear about every single day. But the band needs to be firm in order to give you the support that you need. Are your straps falling all the time? That's also caused by the band size being too big. Are your cups gaping or spilling? Those are the main things. Or if it's just moving around. Again, your band size is too big. It all has to do with the band, period.
Yeah. And I'm interested to know, because we talked a little bit about like now we're into like the wireless bras, but what's like really in style right now? And what do you see coming into style in the next 6 months?
All these brands still continue to come out with the most comfortable t-shirt bras. That's what people are doing. And they're always coming up with new versions of it, whether it's new fabric, new technology, whether it's wired or not. But for fall this year, the trend that's everywhere is actually, funny enough, disco inspired. Things do have sparkles on them again, but in a new and modern way.
Cool. I'm excited to get my disco bra.
It'll look great with this jacket.
Thank you very much. And with a bump, that'll be fun too.
So fun.
If you could go back into like any time era of intimates, back from like the corsets of like the 1800s to now, which timeline would you want to be in?
So it's fun because, of course, I love a corset so much because I, just like all women, are obsessed with small waists. The era of the 20s, though, is really fun because, yes, corsets still existed, but things were slowly changing, and they were starting to wear regular undergarments. And I just love that because it's like things were like loose and free, like shift dresses, but there were corsets underneath. And then some people rebelled and stopped wearing corsets. I love to rebel, see?
I love it. And that's what makes you. Your values, inclusivity and rebelling.
Yes.
Thank you, Chai. Thank you so much for coming in today. And thank you for sharing all of your information on confidence and how we can be more confident in our body. I can't wait to come see you again for my next fitting after my next baby.
Soon enough.
You bet. Thanks, Chai.
Thanks.
Disclaimer. This podcast is designed for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. Always consult with relevant experts or professionals for personalized guidance.